You're watching Inside Durango TV Sports with Jordan Alexander, your source for information about sporting events in Southwest Colorado.
Hi, I'm Jordan Alexander, and you're watching the first ever edition of Inside Durango Sports. The Thanksgiving break was a quiet one for sporting events in Durango, with only the Fort Lewis College women's basketball team featuring a home matchup. They hosted St. Edward's on Friday night in Wayland Gymnasium. The Lady Hawks emerged victorious 78-76 in a fiercely competitive game that needed a period of overtime to separate the two teams. Erica Richards led the Skyhawks with 25 points to hand a previously unbeaten St. Edward's team their first defeat of the season. Throughout the first period, the lead was travelled back and forth, leaving St. Edward's up by 4 at half-time. St. Edward's held their lead until Fort Lewis scored 6 unanswered points to tie up the game with just 3 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock. The 250 Skyhawk fans were sent into a frenzy when sophomore guard Michelle Turner emphatically drained her three-point shot with only 28 seconds left, giving Fort Lewis a 3-point lead which looked to be the game winner. However, the Hilltoppers had other ideas as Perry Owen answered with her own three-pointer to tie the game up with just 4 seconds remaining. Overtime came, and with it an inspired performance by FLC's senior players. Forward Christy Groh got the ball rolling with a 3-point effort before Erica Richards took the game into her own hands, going 4 for 4 from the field to secure the win for Fort Lewis. The men's basketball team also was in action over Thanksgiving, waving goodbye to the snow and hello to the sun as they flew out to Hawaii for their final non-conference games. The Skyhawks started strongly, beating the University of Hawaii at Hilo 83-74 on Monday night, but suffered 2 overtime defeats Tuesday and Wednesday, losing 92-94 against Northern New Mexico and finishing their trip with 92-102 loss against Tiffin State. Head coach Bob Hoffman goes into his 18th season at Fort Lewis still on the hunt for his maiden national championship. Coach Hoffman has added 5 new players to his roster that already includes the 2013 RMAC Preseason Player of the Year, Alex Herrera. The 6'9" junior from Ignacio will look to top a stellar sophomore season that saw him break the school record for most blocks at 84. Both teams begin their conference play on Friday, December the 6th at Wayland Gymnasium. Next up, we move to a slightly more physical sport in mixed martial arts. On Saturday, December the 7th, the Sky Mountain Casino will host a mixed martial arts fight spectacular. The event, titled Driven, is organised by the King of the Cage group and will feature 22 fighters pitting themselves against each other in a battle of physical prowess. For those who aren't familiar with mixed martial arts, it's a form of fighting that allows multiple disciplines and styles to be used in combat. Fighters have full use of their entire body to overcome their opponent in a cage-style arena. Durango will be represented at the event with a team of 6 fighters heading out to Tawak to put themselves to the test, including Steve Hanna, who will be brawling it out in the night's main event. Hanna, an instructor at the Durango Dojo, has been with Durango Martial Arts since 2006 and hopes to end the evening with not just his own success, but success through the rest of the Durango team. Kevin Worth will face Robert Herrera on Saturday, with the winner earning themselves the title of KOTC Amateur Flyweight World Champion. Worth will go into the bout 4-2 after beating Joseph Velos through submission at the Arsenal event in September. Durango native Worth will be in no short supply of support. Not only will friends and family be in attendance, but alongside him in the Durango Martial Arts team is younger brother Ryan, who will also be featured in the event. Ryan's matchup against Ambrose Tesayatu Jr. will be his first competitive fight after only beginning training with Durango Martial Arts Academy 1 year ago. DMA is a friendly environment that offers classes in such practices as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai kickboxing and Judo, said Worth. He encourages anyone from those who have never thrown a punch to the more experienced who want to compete in the cage to show up to a class and see Durango Martial Arts for themselves. Steve Hanna and the Worth brothers will be accompanied by fellow DMA fighters Caden Rezick, Mark Mendoza and Nico Montano. The Ute Mountain Casino will open its doors at 5 p.m. with the fight starting at 6 p.m. Tickets are available to order from the casino gift shop by dialing 800-258-8007. A limited amount of tickets are also available at Durango Martial Arts Academy, situated on Camino del Rio. For the full fight schedule, go to kingofthecage.com. It's that time of year again where the snow is starting to descend on Durango, which can only mean one thing: winter sports season is finally here. Skiers, snowboarders and snow lovers rejoice because Purgatory at Durango Mountain Resort has officially opened its doors. Snow fell throughout the Thanksgiving week to add to the 5 feet of snow that Purgatory has already seen this season, making for very favourable conditions for opening day. In fact, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at DMR, Sven Brunzo, said that these are the best opening conditions he has ever witnessed. Brunzo attributes the fantastic conditions to multiple storms with high moisture content, and more snow is predicted to fall over the coming festive period. The resort opened its runs to the public on Black Friday, for anyone who was able to shake off their turkey hangover. Both its Styx and Lower Hades runs were available to skiers and boarders, which isn't typical this early in the season. Durango Mountain Resort closed on the 2nd of December and reopens again on the 6th to allow the snowmaking and grooming team to operate at maximum capacity. This will ensure the resort can provide visitors with high quality services throughout spring. But it's not just the slopes that are being improved, as DMR has added some brand new attractions and equipment that they hope will elevate the experience at the resort. One of the most exciting attractions is winter dog sledding. Durango Dog Ranch will offer visitors the opportunity to be whisked around the forest of the Old Flume Trail, being pulled by Siberian and Alaskan Huskies. Each sledding adventure will last an hour, providing views of both Engineer and the Needles Mountains. Riders will get a personalized hands-on experience which includes harnessing and interacting with the dogs, and of course, many photo opportunities. Even if winter sports aren't necessarily your cup of tea, a new eatery has been added to the Purgatory Village Plaza, in the form of Paradise Pizzeria and Ice Creamery. The restaurant has a full-service bar, serving lunch and dinner options from calzones to hot sandwiches. A partnership between local suppliers Cream Bean Beanery and Honeyville will combine artisan ice cream and fresh toppings for those with a slightly sweeter disposition. Paradise will also showcase ski movies and sporting events on its big screen. Now, the Skyhawk of the Week award honours 2 basketball players, with Nick Tomzik receiving the men's award and Erica Richards taking the women's. Every week, the Fort Lewis Athletic Department selects a male and female athlete who had outstanding performances during the past 7 days. Tomzik earned his 2nd Skyhawk of the Week award for his outstanding consistency during the men's basketball team's 3 non-conference games in Hawaii over the Thanksgiving break. The 6'1" guard from Broomfield, Colorado, scored an average of 26.7 points over the 3 games, with a high of 37 in the loss against Northern New Mexico. Tomzik continued with his consistent play, netting 9 out of 11 free throws to finish 80 points from 3 games. These impressive stats also earned him the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Tomzik earned All-American recognition in his junior year for the Skyhawks after transferring from North Platte Community College. Erica Richards picked up the Women's Skyhawk of the Week award for her outstanding performance in the overtime victory against St. Edwards on Friday night. Her late jumper gave the Skyhawks a 78-76 win over undefeated competition. The senior Canadian tailed 25 points in the win, shooting 4 for 4 in a late overtime surge. Richards also posted 6 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals. Speaking on the win, Richards said, "The preparation after not playing for 2 weeks was key to the victory." She also praised fellow senior Christy Grove's resolve in getting the win. Grove was the Skyhawks' 2nd highest scorer with 19 points. Congratulations to both Nick and Erica. Coming up this weekend, both the Fort Lewis College men's and women's basketball teams will host doubleheaders against University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, and Colorado State University Pueblo on Friday and Saturday respectively. For tickets and more information, visit whatshappeningdurango.com. I hope you enjoyed your first edition of Inside Durango Sports. We'll be following the news every week with updates on prep, college sports, and other Durango sports activities of interest. I'm Jordan Alexander for Inside Durango Sports. See you next week.
Thanks for watching Inside Durango TV Sports. Tune in every Thursday for more sports headlines.